Hello students, today we will answer the questions from the poem The Frog and the Nightingale by Vikram Seth. A. Fill in the blanks. 1. The creatures of the bog had no option but to listen to the frog's crass cacophony. 2. All the other creatures reacted to the nightingale's marvelous song by saying bravo, too divine and encore. 3. Before starting, the nightingale shook her head, twitched her tail, closed an eye, fluffed a wing, and cleared her throat to sing. 4. The nightingale was highly flattered that a critic of such note had discussed her art and throat. 5. On the first morning of her voice training, she had to sing in the rain for 6 long hours. 6. When the poor nightingale puffed up, she burst a vein and died. Answer the following. 1. What did the other creatures feel about the frog's voice? The other creatures in the bog lauded the frog's voice. They had no choice but to listen to the frog's cacophony, which blared out from the sumac tree. 2. When the nightingale first sang under the sumac tree, how did all the creatures react? When the nightingale sang under the sumac tree for the first time, all the creatures of the bog admired her song. They were rapt and stared at the sumac tree. When she ended the song, everyone clapped, cheered, and requested her for an encore. 3. How did the nightingale respond to all the praise and applause of her admiring audience? The nightingale was unused to the kind of the praise and applause that her audience by the sumac tree showed her. So when they asked for an encore, the nightingale was delighted and she sang all night without stopping. 4. What offer did the frog make to the nightingale? What reasons did he give? The frog made an offer to the nightingale to train her. He said to the nightingale that her song lacked a certain force and that without proper training she would remain a mere beginner. 5. Describe in brief the first training session with the heartless frog. On the morning of the nightingale's first training session, it was raining. The nightingale said that she couldn't sing in such weather, but the frog told her to just put on a scarf and a sash. They sang for 6 hours until the nightingale was shivering with cold and her voice was hoarse and quivering. 6. Bring out the humor in the titles of the admiring audience. Birds and animals came from distant places to hear the nightingale sing. The poet has made use of puns to merge the titles of the birds to humorously describe the audience. The Earl of Sandwich refers to Earl of Sandwich. Duke of Kent is Duke of Kent. Similarly, Mallard and Milady Trent are the elite titles, Milord and Milady. The birds Martin and Cardinal are brought together to form Martin Cardinal Mephisto. The Count of Monte Cristo is a reference to the famous literary character, the Count of Monte Cristo. 7. Why did the frog criticize the poor bird harshly? What effect did it have on her? The frog criticized the poor nightingale harshly because he was jealous of the bird's ability to sing. Everyone admired her singing while they lauded his voice. He was not happy when he saw the nightingale's success. The frog's criticism made the nightingale sorrowful and pale. She no longer took pleasure in singing, and her efforts to please the frog made her voice tired and uninspired. At last, she puffed up, burst a vein, and died. 8. How did the nightingale die? Was the frog's hidden motive fulfilled? The frog's criticism made the nightingale lose her confidence. Her voice grew tired and dull. The audience too started decreasing. The frog scolded her for this and told her to sing with more passion. The terrified bird tried to follow the frog's instruction. When she puffed up to sing, she burst a vein and died. Yes, the frog's hidden motive of having the bog to himself once more was fulfilled. Read the lines given below and answer the questions that follow. 1. Neither stones nor prayers nor sticks stilled the frog's determination. What was the frog's determination? The frog's determination was to display his heart's elation by croaking all night in his unpleasant voice. What did the frog do from the sumac tree? The frog blared out his crass cacophony from the sumac tree. What else was done to stop the frog's determination? In addition to stones, prayers, and sticks, the frog was also attacked with insults, complaints, and bricks to stop his determination. 2. She was startled by a croak. Sorry, was that you who spoke? Hopped towards her from the bog. Where was the nightingale? What was she preparing to do? The nightingale was in the bog sitting on the sumac tree. She was preparing to begin her singing for the night. What did the frog boast about? Was he being truthful? Justify your answer. The frog boasted about his reputation as a singer and a critic in the bog. He was not being truthful. He lied about being the owner of the tree. Moreover, the creatures around disliked his song and hardly tolerated it. How did the bird react to his words? The nightingale was flattered and impressed that a critic of such note had discussed her art and thought. She hesitantly asked him his opinion of her singing. She even called him Mozart in disguise. 3. Well, poor bird, she should have known that your song must be your own. Who said these words? Which bird was being referred to in the above lines? The frog said these words. The bird being referred to in the given lines was the nightingale. Why were the above words spoken? The frog spoke the given words because the nightingale had fallen prey to the frog's bullying and scolding. She was so influenced by his words and ended up killing herself. Explain the meaning of the phrase, "Your song must be your own," in the context of the poem. The phrase, "Your song must be your own," means that the nightingale should have been confident in her talent and her abilities. One must have faith in one's own strengths. Everyone admired the bird when she sang in her own way. She was influenced by the frog, and instead of singing her own songs, she started singing to please the frog. This led to the nightingale's downfall. With this, we come to the end of our video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and keep supporting us.